Can I sit here too?
Yeah. I warmed it up for you.
Should I? Take that in, what she was saying. Just take that in. Yeah, that's spirit sitting there. You know, love you more. At your best, at your worst, if you're sober, if you're high. My favorite word is whether you're peaceful or stark raving mad. Do you feel both? Sometimes you feel peaceful, sometimes you feel stark raving mad. And to feel and to know that there's a power greater than us that loves us through all of that. I would like every single person on this planet to be taught that, rather than some of the other stuff they're taught. God did not leave me in charge. So I'll talk to you. And then you'll talk to your friends. And then we'll spread it that way.
Yes, ma'am.
So today's inspiration comes from somebody who became known as the teacher of teachers. She's somebody who taught our founder, Ernest Holmes. She's somebody who did a whole lot of writing and teaching in the late 19th century and the early 20th century. She became known as a metaphysical leader, kind of in a small circle, but her books have left a legacy. This woman's name is Emma Curtis Hopkins. Those of you who've had roots, you've had the, good fortune to study her. Some people love her, some people don't. This is the book I'm using today. This book is called Scientific Christian Mental Practice. She used a lot of Jesus' teachings in her work. She was taught by Mary Baker Eddy, who is the founder of Christian Science. So she studied under Mary Baker Eddy. She learned what she could about the metaphysical world, the teachings of Jesus, and how they meld together. And then she said, but I don't agree with that and that principle. So then she took her own and made it her own. And then Ernest learned from her and said, each kind of person elaborated on it and made it their own. But this is the inspiration for today. There is good in this world. So I said that she used a lot of Jesus' teachings, and the two that I'm finding the most in this book are, firstly, God is love. God is love. In this teaching, we say many times that when we say God is love, we're talking about way more than an emotional thing. We're not talking about like some parent in the sky who says, oh, I love you, honey. We're talking about the unconditional givingness of a source that already is, right? So it's more than just the emotion. It includes the emotion. We feel the emotion, and a song sung like that. We feel the emotion of that one source when we hear somebody singing to us, I could not love you more. And yet it is so much more than that. So for me, when I say God is love, how I internalize it for myself is that idea that the source is unconditionally giving all the time. It can't do anything else. Margaret Song said, I don't need your faith and I don't need your praise. And that's right. Why would a totality source, energy, need any of our praise whatsoever? It doesn't. Not one bit. Its only energy is about giving and being and expressing to everyone all the time. So that's one of Jesus' teachings that Emma uses all the time. Another one that she says is, all that the Father has is mine. We learn that from the Bible. Everything that the Father has is mine. Jesus was not an egotistical man. He didn't say, all that God has is mine, like his only. He wasn't saying, that's how it's been interpreted by some traditional Christian religions, that Jesus is saying, all that God has is mine, like not yours. No, that's not the Jesus that I understand. All that the Father has is mine. All that the source has is already yours. The universal presence is where everything comes from. So those two things, if you kind of put them together, you can say this one source, God, loves us so much by providing everything we could possibly ever need. Now I can wrap my head around that easier than some other ways that it's said. This one source loves me so much that it has already provided everything. So beautifully set up in your song. Beautifully set up in your song. So I'm going to start by reading a little bit of Emma Curtis Hopkins that ties in with today. Let me start here. She says, which one is this? Okay. She says, the acknowledgement that I am seeking my good, and my good is my God, is telling a simple truth. Simple truth. Let's not don't make it complicated. The acknowledgement that I'm seeking my good and my good is my God is telling the simple truth. Then she goes on to say, God, the omnipresent good, works through the word of truth. So get to speaking the word of truth from the first to the last statement. And God will be found working for you and through you with almighty power. The first name of God is good. And the first name of good is God. There is good for me, and I ought to have it. She says over and over and over in this chapter called the statement of being. There is good for me, and I ought to have it. You hear how she's using God and good in a synonymous way? So for anybody who has a little bit of a cringe about the word God, because I know we all come from different places, and some people, frankly, don't like the word God because of the old baggage that's connected to it, replace it with good, and now how does it feel? It feels, for me, I came into this philosophy of one of those people who said, don't talk to me too much about God. And so when I heard this, when I read this, good, I'm seeking my good, I got that. Now I can easily say both. God is my good and good is my God. And I have to have it. It's easy now. But she's saying it, and I tell you, by reading this woman, you find that she's just like this. It's a simple truth. Get to saying it. Boom, don't mess around. God is your good, and you ought to have it. She doesn't miss words at all. And now, you notice that we sang a congregational song that was, God is my good, good is my right. And it didn't really matter if we put God and good in the wrong place because it's the same idea. This last Thursday, we had a concert here, Anton Miserak and Laura Burial, who tour around this area every year. And they've also read Emma Curtis Hopkins. And they created a song, and I'm going to hopefully play for you just a little bit of it here on my phone. All right, come on, so we're going to give this a shot here. See if we can do this. I'm sure we can, right? Okay?
There's a good for me and I ought to have it. A good for me and I ought to have it. There's a good for me and I ought to have it. A good for me and I
An affirmation over and over.
There's a good for me and I ought to have it. A good for me and I ought to have it. There's a good for me.
Whoop, come back. Wait. I want you to hear there's one more verse. Here it is.
There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life now.
Did we say this at the end of the service? Yes?
Yes.
There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is mine.
What? Just a little bit more of this part.
There's a good for me and I ought to have it. A good for me and I ought to have it. There's a good for me and I ought to have it. A good for me and I ought.
All right. All right, you get the idea. The song goes like that. It just has those two verses. There's a good for me, and I ought to have it. So Emma Curtis Hopkins inspired a lot of people. Our congregational song, it inspired them. We're going to have one more inspiration, but we saved the best for last when Margaret gets back up. So you'll get to hear more about, she has her version of this same song too. This, to me, this little one right here, you can kind of sing in your head very, very easily. So there's a good for me, and I ought to have it. There's all kinds of resources on this planet. There's good for us. So when we want to think about, well, what do we mean there's good for us? Well, health, finances, relationships, inner peace. Those are the big umbrellas, if you will, and you can fill in after that. There's good for me, and I ought to have it. Whatever that good is. Emma Curtis Hopkins says, your health is your good, and God is your health. Your finances are your good, and God is your finances. Your relationships, your love, are your good, and God are those things. And she goes on like that, saying how each one of those things, whatever you name as your good, it's also your God. So when I say health, we don't want to separate, well, this is my health and this is my God.